manager, and I stay in Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm waiting for your feedback. Ahmed, Basil, just tell me your name, where you're currently based, and what you do. All right, Salsa is studying international business in the UK. Nice to meet you, Salsa. Basil is a bookkeeper currently in the UK. Thanks for joining, Basil. So good to have you on the call. Okay, waiting for so many other people. All right, just tell me your name and what you do currently. Okay, Isaac is a drone pilot in Lagos. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining tonight's webinar. So, yes, we're going to have a very short session. Okay, and primarily we're going to be talking about building BRDs. BRDs are business requirement documents using AI, and we're also going to be looking at building, user stories and reports using AI. So by the end of this session, you'd have a very good understanding of how to leverage, AI to build BRDs and user stories in a very short period. All right. So basically, before we go into using AI, right, I have some questions for you guys, for those of you on the call. Okay. So which one would you say is priority for you at this point in time? Which one would you say is priority for you at this point in time? Will it be to get a job, that you get to work remotely, or to increase your monthly or your yearly income significantly in 2026? Would it be to spend more time for your family? Will it be that you want to leave your current job? Let me know in the chat, all right? I can see some responses already. Benjamin says he's currently based in Benin and is a photographer. Amazing. Nice to meet you, Benjamin. Thanks for joining today's call. So yes, I want to know, which category do you think you fall under at the moment? Is it to have freedom with your time? Is it that you're currently tired of your pay and you want an increase? Basil says he wants to spend more time with his family. Isaac says all interesting. Interesting. So if this is cost of living is crushing your income, things are getting more expensive. Apparently, if you're in Nigeria, I heard that gas is now 2,000 naira per kg. These are just crazily expensive these days, and it's not just in the Nigerian economy, right? It's everywhere currently. So for some people, is that they're busy, but they're not making progress. You're always working, always getting stuff done, but you're not seeing the significant progress like you envisage, like you want it to be. So what we are going to be teaching you in today's class, if you fall under any of these categories, and I believe a lot of us do, okay, I would love you to stay to the end of this call. All right, make sure you stay to the end of this webinar. Ensure that you take out the next 45-50 minutes to be present in this webinar. Okay, ensure that you take out time to be present in this webinar. It says make my income, hence it's my money season. All right, so Salsa is saying easy life. Amazing. So a few things, stay to the end of the webinar, and to ensure to fill out the attendance form so that I can have access to the recording from today's session, and also the resources I'm going to be using. So you have access to my slide, you also have access to whichever prompt we use in today's class. All right, so if you're joining us for the first time, in case you've not joined any of our webinar, you're joining our webinars for the first time, or you've just heard of us, you don't know what we do, you are in analytics business, all right? And what we do in analytics business is training. We train people in the AI field, how to leverage AI in, business analysis, project management, HR, data analysis, AI automation, so many fields like that. We train you on how to leverage AI for your career. Okay. And the funniest thing is our trainings are very beginner friendly. So if you have no idea about what you do at the moment, if you have, if you are trying to pivot to any of the courses we take, I have no idea about anything as regards that, we train you in a very beginner friendly way. Okay. Now, my name is Mercy. This is me, my beautiful picture, and this is also me here. My name is Mercy Alabi. I'm a business analyst. Okay, I've been doing this professionally for close to a decade now, both business analysis and project management. So I train people also. I'm one of the trainers in analytics business. Okay, specifically for business analysis and project management. All right, so after today's webinar, I said class. After today's webinar, we'll be going into, after today's webinar rather, you would have a very good understanding of how to leverage AI, okay? Beyond just, telling it, oh, hi, good morning, I'm feeling down today, what can you advise? You learn how to leverage AI in your everyday life as a career person, okay? And also you learn how to climb the corporate ladder in tech. Also, you would be learning how to leverage AI in building BRDs and user stories. And lastly, you get started in your tech journey. How many of us are excited? How many of us are excited about what we are doing tonight? Send your reactions, okay? Thumbs up. Your reactions, amazing. Thank you so much. All right, so we have a case study we are working with. Like I said, today's webinar is quite short, and short to invite your friends that you feel like they should be on this call. Okay, I'm going to give us 2 minutes while I explain this case study to you guys. Send the link to your friends, send it to your colleagues, send it to your mentees, anybody at all. Ensure that they join this call. If you feel like this is something that would interest them, post it on your status, send it to those groups that they are always bombarding you with things. This is very important, so send it to them. All right. Now, in today's webinar, we are looking at Uber Eats. How many of us know Uber? I think Uber is a global brand, right? So Uber Eats is an aspect of Uber. Okay, Uber does is a ride hailing app. All right, so just like which one now? Just like Bolt, just like Taxify, just like InDrive. Uber is in that category. Okay, so Uber Eats is a subsidiary of Uber. All right, so now Uber Eats is preparing to launch a new scheduled orders feature. So primarily, they are trying to launch a new scheduled orders feature across multiple countries, of course. The project involves the product manager, the business analysts, engineers, customer support teams, and marketing stakeholders, okay, working from different regions. So they have people in Canada, they have people in the UK, they have people in Europe, Nigeria, Australia, in different parts of the world. All right, they have people in Ghana, Zimbabwe, Kenya, everywhere. All right, that's what this first paragraph means. And primarily, they are trying to launch a new scheduled orders, a new feature rather, called scheduled orders. Okay, so now as the launch date approaches, the business analysis team begins experiencing challenges, basically challenges because they have a large team. All right, they're experiencing challenges with managing large volumes of meeting notes. So basically, what a business analyst does is to move a business from where they are currently to where they need to be. In this scenario now, what the business analyst is doing, okay, what the business analyst is doing in this scenario is to move the business from not having the feature to having the feature. Okay, and what is the feature? Scheduled orders. So that is the goal in this case study. Now, they have to liaise with so many stakeholders. You can see they have so many team members, and one of the issues they are currently faced with is that they are experiencing challenges with managing large volumes of meeting notes. Because one of the things a business analyst would do is to do a lot of requirement gathering, stakeholder analysis. So they do meetings upon meetings upon meetings to be sure that they understand what the business needs. All right. So now this is a very typical example of what happens in the day-to-day life of a business analyst. Now, another issue they are currently facing is that they are changing stakeholder requirements. Okay, there's scattered feedback from emails and chat platforms, and they also have delays in creating BRDs, user stories, and weekly project reports. Now, the project stakeholders are concerned that slow documentation processes and inconsistent requirements could affect communication. Obviously, when there is delay in gathering requirements, all right, when there is delay in documentation, which is a very heavy part of the role of a business analyst and project manager, okay, there would be a decline in delivery. All right, there'll be a decline in delivery, and there'll be a decline in how fast the project is going to run. Now, the stakeholders have already seen that it could affect communication, delay development activities, and impact feature launch timeline. Okay, so you can see from this case study that the business analysts and the project managers are having issues, both of them, okay? Because if the business analyst cannot deliver, it affects the project manager, it affects the project generally. Okay, so have you guys invited your friends? All right, I took time to explain this case study because I wanted you to invite your friends. How many of us have invited our friends, our colleagues? You know, tell them to join this call. Tell them that they are missing out on a lot if they're not here right now. All right, I can see a few people that just joined. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Celestine. Hi, Chukwoma, Christian, Daniel Johnson, Destiny. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's give them a hand. Let's give them a hand. Thanks for joining today's webinar. Sambi, you're welcome. Uche, you're welcome. Peter, Bem, correct me if I pronounce that wrongly. You're welcome to the call. All right, good. So just to reiterate, we are working on a case study called Uber Eats, all right? And we are going to be building BRDs for them. One BRD, and then user stories. So I'm going to show you how to do that using AI. Okay, so now very quickly, let me go to ChatGPT. If you've not filled the attendance form, please fill the attendance form. That is how we get to give you access to the recordings. All right, that's how we get to give you access to the recordings and every other resource that we are going to be using in today's class. So you have access to my prompts, you have access to my slide also. All right, give me a minute, let me open up ChatGPT. Okay, what are BRDs? BRDs are business requirements documents. Business requirements documents. So why do we have BRDs? We have BRDs so that we can fully articulate what the business needs. Okay, so when we create it, you see what it looks like. Don't worry, when we create it, you see what it looks like. Okay, are we good? Basil, just give me a thumbs up if you understand what I said. All right, amazing. Amazing. Okay, let me open up ChatGPT. I hope you can all see my screen. Can we all see my screen? Can we all see my screen? Thumbs up if you can see my screen. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I have my prompt. All right, I have my prompt for this particular task. The first task we are doing is we are creating a BRD. Now look at this prompt. First, I told it to act like a business analyst, a senior business analyst. Okay, the first thing you want to do when you're prompting is to give it a role, because it would assume any role if you don't structure it properly. All right, so the first thing I did is to give it a role. Now, you're not just a business analyst, you are a business analyst working at Uber Eats. All right, that's another thing you want to factor in. Okay, based on the current case study, based on the case study below, generate a professional business requirement document for the new scheduled orders feature. Okay, now including the following sections. If I don't give it these sections, it will come up with something nice, but because I have an idea of the kind of things I want in my BRD, because I'm a business analyst, of course, when you join our program, you will know all these things better. All right, so I told ChatGPT. Now I'm using ChatGPT as my assistant. The time that I would have used, all right, the time that I would have used to create a BRD manually, I'm leveraging AI to do that for me. Okay, so I'm leveraging AI to build my BRDs instead of manually coming up with it myself. Now, act like a senior business analyst working at Uber Eats. Based on the case study below, generate a professional business requirements document for the new scheduled orders feature, including the following sections. Now, what are the sections? Executive summary, business problem, project objectives, scope. All right. For scope, we have in scope and out of scope, because there'll be times that there's something called scope creep. Okay, if you don't properly articulate what the goal of this project is, we would keep iterating and iterating in such a way that eventually we don't achieve our goal. Let me give you a simple example. I'm moving from Lagos to Abuja, all right? And I'm choosing to take a flight from Lagos to Abuja, okay? I'm choosing to take a flight from Lagos to Abuja. That is my goal. Take a flight, move to the airport in the morning, take a flight, and then move, all right? But then someone comes to meet me. Oh, why are you doing that? You know, you can take a flight to, where can I think of now? I'm thinking of a stop between Lagos and Abuja. Can someone help me? I don't think Akure is a good thing, it's a good space for that, because I don't think Akure has an airport. I'm not sure, but let's assume so that we don't take too much time doing that. Let's assume that Akure has an airport, and then this person comes and says, oh, why don't you just take a flight from Lagos to Akure first? When you now get to Akure, you now enter a bus that's going to Abuja, but the bus will not go straight. You now stop at maybe which state is there now? Which state is there? I've not been to Abuja before. This is not a great example, but yeah, I've not been to Abuja before. But let's look at it. Which state can be between Akure and Abuja? Anybody? Does anybody want to help? I'm looking at the chat. Okay, thank you, Kogi. Just seeing it. Thank you very much. Okay, now the person comes and tells me you take a flight from Lagos to Akure. Then when you get to Akure, you now take bus to Kogi. When you now get to Kogi, you now take another bus to Abuja. And I'm just like, why do I have to go through that stress? All right, why do I have to go through that stress? Okay, now that is out of scope. That's a typical example of what it means to be out of scope. the scope is Lagos to Abuja by what? By plane. Take a flight, all right, by plane. But then this person is saying, oh, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And that happens a lot when you are working on a project. You have several stakeholders. They'll tell you, oh, how about you move this route? How about we add this feature? We can tell them that, okay, they will schedule their delivery. Then after scheduling their delivery, they can book for the next day. After booking for the next day, they can do this, they can do that. Whereas the goal is that they should be able to schedule their orders. That's the goal of this feature. Okay, that's an example of being out of scope. Now you have to define it for every project you're working on. Now you want to define your stakeholders also, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, assumptions and constraints, risks, and success metrics. So these are the things I want in my BRD. Majorly these things. Okay, these are the things I want in my BRD. Now I added the case study because I believe that ChatGPT does not understand the case study. So I just copied it from my slide and pasted it here. All right. So lastly, I told you to generate the BRD in a professional business format suitable for stakeholder review. Okay. Make sure you fill the attendance so that you can get this prompt also. Okay. You can always use it as time goes on in your job. So let us wait for this to give us our results. Let's wait for this to give us the results. Why is it taking so much time? Okay. Is my prompt long? Or is thinking? Oh my God. All right, so it's taking time to load. Okay, now look at this. Okay, now it has given me the executive summary. All right, it has given me the business problem in a very professional way. Trust me, if I was to do this, it might not be as detailed as this. Why? Because business analysts typically go straight to the point. All right, but you are giving it to stakeholders that if you don't explain very well, they might not understand. Okay, that is why we leverage AI. That is why we leverage AI. Now, see this. It has shown me the business problem. Additionally, the project team is experiencing internal operations inefficiencies, including this, that. These challenges increase the likelihood of this, that. You can see how detailed it is. If you have to write it, you just write everything together, maybe in one paragraph. Okay. Now, see the project objective, the scope. Look at in scope. Look at out of scope. When you have time, just take your time. Okay. The prompt will be sent to you. Do it yourself, look at it, just read through and understand how detailed it is. Now, how many seconds did it take me to do this? How many seconds, guys? Can anyone help me? How many seconds did it take? Drop it in the chat. How many seconds did it take to do this? You guys saw how it was loading and all of that. It took what? Maybe 5 seconds. Maybe 5 seconds. Okay, max 10 seconds because, you know, network and stuff. But basically, this can be done in a very short period. This can be done in a very short period. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do now is to copy this. I'm going to copy everything here. All right. And put it in a document. I'm going to copy it. Okay. All of this is inclusive. I need to do is copy, create a new document. Give me a minute. I want to share my full screen. So I'll create a new document and I'll name it BRD. You're gonna see that very soon. And I'll just name it BRD Uber Eats. Okay, very fast, very seamless, very simple. Very fast, very seamless, very simple. Okay, Now, you as business analysts would only take your time to review. You would have to take your time to review, okay? You take your time to review. So you have to check based on the business problem, based on the stakeholders. Because to give you stakeholders, let's look at that. Let's look at that very quickly. Look at the stakeholders they gave us, okay? Now, you in your team might not have a QA tester. QA tests, QA or test teams. You might not have this set of people, although every project should have it, because especially when you're building a product, okay, QA is quality assurance. All right, quality assurance. So you should have this set of people. But say, for instance, your team, you don't have these people. What will you do? You'd remove them. All right, so that's where you come in. As much as AI is good, it cannot do what now? It cannot remove the effect of a human's brain. All right. As much as we can leverage AI for so many things, you still need your human capabilities, your brain, how you think, how you reason. Okay. So yes, AI has given us this, but you still need to review as as a human being, as a business analyst. All right, so now this is done. What do? I just come here, create the title. All right, I'll just call it BRD for Uber Eats. And then what do? I would save this, okay? Save this as a PDF and share with my stakeholders. See how fast that is. Download as PDF, easy peasy. Okay, that's basically how you can leverage AI for building your BRD. I have a question here. Someone says, how acceptable is the use of AI? AI is acceptable worldwide. If there's a company right now that is not using AI, that is not leveraging AI, I feel like they are like 5 years behind at this point in time. Okay, but if you are talking about putting the company's information out there, if they are fine with it, then yes, there are some companies that have issues when you just put out their information out there. There's something called company policy. All right, but then you have to understand where you are working, okay, the company you are working with, and what they accept. All right, so it all depends on the company you are working with. If they are fine with it, fine. But some people, there's a way you can conceal information with AI. You don't have to give it everything verbatim. So it doesn't have to be, oh, it's Uber Eats. You can change the name of the organization. All right, you can change the name of the stakeholder. So if there's, instead of saying, oh, Mr. Lagbaja is the CEO of Uber Eats, you can say Mr. Kelvin is the CEO of what now? Both Eats. Okay, so you can conceal information with AI. You don't have to give it verbatim. All right, and also you have to check what's the company policy as regards AI. As a business analyst, we have to leverage AI. Every field right now leverages AI. So yeah, I hope I answered that question. Now, the next thing I want to show you is, sorry, give me a minute. Let me go back to my slide. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is how to leverage AI when it comes to building your user stories. Okay, by the way, this Uber Eats on my slide, I generated it with ChatGPT. It looks nice, right? It looks nice. Okay, now this is Jira, in case you're not conversant with it. Can everyone see my screen? Can anyone see my screen? Okay, it's quite blank from my end. Blank here. So this is a tool for project management, the project management tool, okay? It's a project management tool that a lot of teams leverage, okay? A lot of teams leverage this project management tool. All right, so what I did was I created a space and I created some things called epics, right? So this is not a class, so I can't give full context as regards what an epic is, but I just want to show you how to add what's it called now? How to add user stories to an epic using AI. All right, very quickly. I'm going to show you how to add user stories to an epic using AI. Okay, so it's just a glimpse of what we do in class. It's just a glimpse of what we do in class. I want to find out if this class is for all programs, just to confirm if I'm in the right class. Okay, so this is a webinar. Daniel, hi Daniel. This is a webinar, this is a master class. So it's not a full class, it's not a program. Okay, so this is just us showing you what we do in our programs. All right, majorly business analysis and project management. No, this is not onboarding. This is not onboarding. Daniel, you can unmute your mic. Are you currently registered with us? Are you currently registered with us? Do I have to unmute him myself? Because if you are for onboarding, you shouldn't be here. Okay? You shouldn't be here. If you are for onboarding, you shouldn't be here. Tolu, please help him. Please help him navigate his way. What program, please? What program? Let me know what program. This is taking long. I think it's my network. Yeah, automation engineering. Amazing, amazing. All right, so you shouldn't be here. Okay, please check your mail. You should have gotten the onboarding kit. All right, Toloko is telling you to send a DM. All right, so send a DM to her. Okay, this is a master class. Oh my. I cannot show you guys what I want to show you. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on right now. Let me refresh. Okay. Just give me a minute. Please, Daniel, send Tolu a DM. Send her a message on that line immediately. Immediately, please. I hope we are still here, guys. I hope we are still here. Give me a thumbs up if you're still here. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you are still with me. All right. Thank you, Babatunde. Thank you, Salsabila. Okay. Trying to see. If this does not work, then I'll just tell you to join our new cohort. Okay. All right. I already showed you how to build BRDs using AI. Very simple, very straightforward. All right. This is a more complex one because you'd have to learn how to navigate your way around Jira. I don't know why it's not loading right now. Okay, let's continue. Let me just share my slide and then we proceed. All right. So basically, what I wanted to show you is how to leverage Rovo. Rovo is an AI tool for Jira. All right. So, like I said, Jira is one of the tools that you typically see out there for project management, team management. You can add people to your Jira board. All right. So basically, what project managers do is that they add their team members and they assign tasks to them. Okay, they assign tasks to them, they assign deadlines. So they don't have to manually reach out to those team members anymore. All they need to do is to assign the timeline on Jira, and then Jira will automatically send them reminders that you have to complete this task at so time. This is the deadline. Okay. So it's a very amazing tool that project managers leverage. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how that works. So now, one thing you need to understand about the job market right now, for those of us that are trying to pivot and all of that, the job market no longer, job market, 70% of hiring managers don't pay attention to certifications anymore. What they want to see is what you can do. All right. They want to see your evidence. They want to see that, yes, this person can actually do what they said they can do. And that's one of the things we do at Tenalytics Business. We don't just train you with, theoretical knowledge. We train you with practical knowledge, just like what we just did. All right. We give you practical knowledge on how to leverage AI in your day-to-day as a professional. Okay. Now, like I said, people no longer pay attention to certification, but portfolio. Okay, portfolio shows your work, what you've done, what you're doing, what you're building, what you can build, what you've built. All right, because now the only way they will hire you is when they see that, yes, this solution that we need, this person can do it. How will they know that you can do it? Is because they've seen what you've done. All right, they've seen what you've done, especially if you are a business analyst, project manager, data analyst, HR professional. They want to see what you've done. All right, they want to see what you've done. Now, you cannot right now say that you cannot move to anything AI. Okay, the world is changing. Like I said, when when I was asked the question about how companies, if they will accept AI and all of that, the world is changing. Any company that is not leveraging AI tools right now is like maybe 10 years behind, honestly, because there are AI tools coming up every minute, every hour, every day. All right. So if you are a teacher, you're a banker, I have someone here who is a drone pilot. I have let me go through that list again. So I have so many people. I have a bookkeeper in the UK. I have so many people on this call. All right. And one of the interesting things is that you cannot stay where you are right now, because if where you are is that comfortable, then you probably won't be needing to upskill or pivot. All right. So even if you work in finance, an engineer, a clerk, a lecturer, a lawyer, you can always move. All right. And because we understand right now that AI is not out to just take our job. Okay, AI is out to replace certain jobs. You can see that design I showed you. Let me show you again. I just showed you a design earlier when I was talking about the case study. Look at this design. I did not sit down to do this. All I did was to prompt ChatGPT. It's even ChatGPT, guys. It's ChatGPT. The traditional ChatGPT that are just like, oh, it doesn't know so much. But ChatGPT did this. It even gave me two amazing options. Which one should I choose? Which one should I choose? Okay, look at how clean and amazing it is. All right. So in the next 4-5 years, would graphic designers have jobs? I'm not sure. Okay, that's how far AI is going. So you can always move. All right, that's the goal of this slide. You can move. to being an AI automation engineer, a business analyst, solving business problems, okay? A project manager who can leverage AI. You can see, we don't just teach you how to move from, from any skill you currently do to business analysis. We train you on how to leverage AI in business analysis and project management. All right, project management. You can see, I want to show you how to use Rovo. Okay, I showed you how to build a BRD in 2-3 seconds. All you need to do is prompt correctly. You can choose to move to data analysis, HR analysis. Okay, you can do all of that. And one of the things we do is that we don't just give you a certificate. Like I said, it's an analytics business, don't just give certificates. One of the amazing things you can leverage when you come into the analytics business, okay, is that you have access to our instructors. You have access to our instructors. You have access to mentorship. You have access to career support. So many things. Let me go to the next slide so you have full understanding of what we do. All right, Basil, what prompts did you use to create the flyer? I would send it together with the prompt for the BRD. Okay, all you need to do is all right, is to fill the attendance form. Make sure you fill the attendance form before the end of this call. Make sure you fill the attendance before the end of this call. You have access to all resources, okay? And that's to everyone. That's to everyone. Fill out the attendance immediately so you don't forget, okay? Now, analytics business will give you access to 5 weeks of live training, just like what I'm doing right now, okay? You have access to your facilitator for 8 weeks. Sorry, I said 5 weeks, 8 weeks of live training every Saturday for 3 hours. 3 hours every Saturday. I have some of my students here, they can testify to how amazing the classes have been. All right. Or you have access to an LMS platform, okay, where you have detailed trainings on your course curriculum. Detailed training on your course curriculum. Guys, are we together? Are we together? All right, Peter. Peter says he missed where we created the BRD. Don't worry. Fill out the attendance form. You would have access to the recording. Fill out the attendance form. You would have access to the recording. Okay. Now, you also get weekly mentorship support. I tell my students that these mentorship supports are very important. All right. Very important. Yesterday, we had one with our founder. Okay, we had one with Adeza, and he was talking about how to get into the Canadian job market. Now, students were they're very shocked at how to connect with people on LinkedIn, how to connect to people everywhere, such that they are people that need you. It's not just about connecting, but connecting with entrepreneurs, career professionals, people that actually need your service. All right, and that's one of the things we do in mentorship. We train you on CV revamping, LinkedIn optimization, Upwork, setting up your Upwork profile, so many things in the mentorship sessions, and it happens every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m. Now let's not talk about the CV review and revamping. We have a template that works. Okay, stay to the end. I'm going to show you some of our students, our past students, and what they have to say about the program. All right. So CV review and revamping is something that we train you to do. We also make sure you work on a capstone project. Okay. We call it the capstone hackathon. Okay, where you build a real life project and you put it on your portfolio, post it on LinkedIn, and gives you access to the visibility that you need as a professional. Now, LinkedIn optimization is also one of the things we train you to do. Upwork profile setup, interview preparation. Yes. Once you take your course with us and you have a job opening, we don't just leave you to do it. Once you alert your your facilitator, they can, I said they, yes, they, because it might not be me. Okay. But if you join the next cohort, it will be me. All right. So basically, they would train you on how to best, they would prepare you, train you to have the best interview. So I'm talking questions, I'm talking giving you feedback based on the kind of questions we ask you. So basically, we are going to stand in as your interviewer. So we'll be asking you questions just like your interviewer would ask you to better prepare you for the interview experience. Are you excited, guys? Are you excited about this? Are you excited about this? The analytics business is giving you something incredible. Something incredible. Okay. So now another thing we give is job reference letter. Now, some of our students have leveraged this, for certain jobs they've gotten. What they need to do is just reach out to their facilitator. Okay. And then they will give you access to a job reference letter. All right. Another thing we give is on the job support, guys. Once you get a job, we don't just leave you to it. We don't just leave you to it. We ensure that we support you throughout your job process, especially because, some of us get jobs and then at the end of the day, you're just like, oh my God, I'm scared. What if I'm not? What if I'm this? What if this? What if that? You would always have access to your facilitator. Okay? You don't only have access to your facilitator and they can support you while on the job. All right. Now, there's something called TSS, Tuesday support. We call it technical support sessions. All right. So during the week, we have about 3 sessions. Okay. So technical support session is what happens after your live class. If you have questions as regards your live class, you can reach out to us in the TSS. TSS is also 1 hour, 9 to 10 p.m. Okay. So another thing is alumni community. When you listen to some of our testimonials at the beginning of this session, you saw some alumni you saw some people, they're also alumni, talking about their experience with analytics business. Someone even mentioned the alumni community. There we send job links, we share resources and all of that. Lastly, okay, our certifications are ACTD accredited. Let me show you what ACTD means. Now look at this upper region here. You can see accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that our certifications, even though we don't focus on certification because of portfolio, we are very what we want is that you can do these things. Okay, you can do it. Sending your portfolio, blow the minds of recruiters. Let them know that yes, this person is good. Okay, we are very big on that. Okay, but then even our certificate is very credible. Now it is recognized everywhere. Look at this, the American Council of Training and Development. What that means is that even when you tender this certificate, it's not just paper. It is accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. That being said, let's look at some of our past students. Okay, let's look at some of our past students. I hope you are gingered up. I have some slots for some people towards the end of this call. Okay, and I really want you to leverage these slots. All right, because opportunities don't come every day, and I feel like for you to have joined this webinar, then you are open to leveraging opportunities when they come. Okay, now look at Pavel. Pavel was a teacher in Cameroon. All right, Pavel was a teacher in Cameroon, and then he moved to the US. Pavel was a teacher in Cameroon and then he moved to the US. He joined our data analytics program and landed a job. So look at that. From being a teacher, okay, to being an healthcare data analyst. Can you imagine change in his life. The change in his life, okay, after joining the data analytics program with Analytics business. All right. So Pavel was able to leverage opportunities when they came. Okay. Pavel leveraged the opportunity when it came. And what happened? His life changed for good. So he joined our data analytics program and landed a job as a data associate, healthcare data associate. Okay. Now look at what Pavel did. He learned, he packaged himself, he applied, and then he got a job. How? Let's look at this together. I love Pavel so much because Pavel was very intentional about his training with Analytics business. Honestly, a lot of people join trainings and then they're not serious about it. But you know, our structure is in such a way that you have to be serious. You are serious by force. Okay, you are serious by force. We are always on your neck. Okay, have you joined class? Have you seen the recording? Have you seen the link? You know, we are very on your neck when it comes to trainings. Okay, so we don't just leave you to chance. It's not a class where we have so many people and then at the end of the day you are just like, why did I even join? No. Okay, I wish I can bring up someone to just talk like, okay, my training, blah blah blah, but you can tell from Pavel's experience, all right, that Pavel completed his Analytics data analytics course. One of the things he did first was to complete his course. 2, he tailored his CV. Okay, and that's one of the things we train you to do when you join mentorship. When you look at our CV review and revamp materials. Okay, so we have templates, we have videos to explain how to tailor your CV properly. One of the issues a lot of people face is that they have one CV and there isn't need to apply for several jobs. It doesn't work that way, guys. It doesn't work that way. You have to tailor your CV to the job that you're applying to. Okay? Also, Pavel joined all mentorship sessions. All mentorship sessions. He got prepared for multiple interviews. Like I said, I already told you that when you have interviews, you can have interview preps with us. All you need to do is reach out to your facilitator and make sure that they are aware of your interview. Okay, after getting prepped for multiple interviews, he got multiple job offers. He applied to multiple jobs and focused on building a strong portfolio. Okay, important again, portfolio, very important. He tailored every application. Of course, you have to tailor every application. All right, in March 2025, he landed an healthcare data analyst role with Arizona Community Physicians in Tucson, Arizona, US. Now, it's not Fabu, okay? It's not Fabu, sorry for my lingua. But then you can have access to Pavel's testimonial here. All you have to do is to, click the link in the chat right now and fill out the attendance, guys. Make sure you fill out the attendance. Now, there's another person, Bukola. I love Bukola so much. Okay, I said I love Pavel. I also love Bukola. I love all my students. Bukola joined the business analysis class. All right, Bukola joined the business analysis program in 2024. Now, she tailored her CV to being a business analyst. She joined all mentorship sessions. She got prepared for multiple interviews, which led to her first job in the first month of joining. The first month of joining, she landed her first job. Now, what's the first job? Let's look at this part. The last part here. In July 2024, she landed her first role as a business analyst and her second role as a data business analyst with a company in the US in July 2025. So it means within the space of 1 year, she moved from one role, which is the business analyst role, to what? A data business analyst in 1 year. Like I said, you have access to Bukola's testimonial when you get the slide. Okay. Now, Ene is a very amazing person. One thing I love about Ene is that she works remotely from UK, but our job is in Germany. All right. So Ene is a data scientist. Look at a screenshot from Ene. She sent a screenshot and she was like, you know, she was talking to her facilitator that, oh, I got the job, blah, blah, blah. All right. She got the offer. She even sent a voice note after that. Oh, I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much for all you did, the support and everything. Because and then was so happy. She got a job, obviously. So if your goal is to get a job, I have something for you towards the end of this class. All right. And then landed a data scientist role with a company in Germany, working remotely from the UK. So she did not leave her comfort zone. So if you're in Nigeria, you're like, oh, these people, are they not in abroad? Don't worry. Okay, so the location does not matter. Even if it's a road that, you know, you have to go to work, okay? If you're not in that region, they can give you access to working remotely. And give you access to working remotely. Now, Judith is another person that joined our program. Judith joined the business analysis program. All right. So Judith used to work as a carer. Remember, Pavel was working as a teacher. Okay. Pavel was working as a teacher. Judith was working as a carer. You know, those carers that, you know, help elderly people around, you know, they just, you know, help them. Okay. That's what she was doing while studying in the UK. All right. And Judy wanted more from life. Judy wanted more from life. And then what she did was, you know, attend a webinar like this. Judy attended a webinar like this, and she joined our business analysis program in 2024. Now, 3 months after Judy joining, 3 months after she joined the program, she landed a BA job. Guys, look at this very carefully. Look at this very carefully. Judith was working as a carer. 3 months after she joined the program, after she told herself that I want more out of life, I want to do more. Yes, I'm studying, but it might take longer. Yes, I don't want to wait till I'm done with my studies before I start applying for jobs. Yes, I don't want to wait till I'm done with my master's before I can, you know, take a business analysis program with what? Tenalytics business. Okay. Now she took the leap of faith. She joined our BA program in 2024. 3 months after, guys, 3 months, amazing, isn't it? Amazing. 3 months after, she landed a job. You can imagine that she did not take our course. 3 months after, where would she be? She would have still been a carer in the UK. Okay? Should have still been a carer in the UK. Now, I want you guys to take up this opportunity. Will you let this opportunity slip this time? I have an opportunity for you, for anyone who is interested. Just 5 people, okay? 5 people, and I don't want this opportunity to slip. How many of us are ready for this opportunity? Let me know in the chat. Let me know those I'm working with. Let me know those I'm working with. I won't let this opportunity slip. Let me know. Okay, Peter. All right. Abiodun, amazing, amazing. Isaac, amazing, amazing. So you don't want this opportunity to slip you this time around. Okay, so a new cohort starts today. All right, a new cohort starts today. What do I mean by that? Okay, there is our platform called an LMS. All right, so live classes start tomorrow. There's a platform called the LMS where you get onboarded immediately once you make payments. Now, how much are we talking about? Hold on, calm down, relax. I know you are ready, but don't worry. Calm down, relax. There's a new cohort starting today. All right. If you feel like, oh, I'm not ready, oh, what if I already cleared all your doubts. There's a new course starting today, and you are going to be onboarded to the LMS. You're going to have access to all the resources immediately. Immediately you make payments today, you'd have access to all your resources. Now, the value of everything I listed earlier, the 8 weeks live training, mentorship, CV review, revamp, interview prep, job referrals, everything, CSS, on the job support, capstone project, everything, our original worth of everything is 980,000 naira, guys. 980,000 naira. If I tell you to bring 980K for this particular training, you shouldn't have issues. Shouldn't have issues, okay? But then we've subsidized it. We subsidized the original price, which is 980,000 naira, to our normal price, which is 250, which is not what you are going to be paying if you are paying tonight, okay? If you are going to be joining tonight, you are not paying the 250K, which is the original price. What are you going to pay? You're going to pay 150,000 naira if you are paying in installments. All right. So you're saying, oh, Mercy, I don't have 120,000 naira tonight to pay for this training, and I want to join. I want my life to be better. I want to be like Judith. I want to make use of this opportunity in front of me. What can I do? Okay, I thought about you. Okay, I thought about you already. That's why there is the option of paying 50,000 naira 3 times. All right, there's the option of paying 50,000 naira 3 times. Okay, so the price is no longer 980, it's no longer 250, it's now 120,000 naira. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how amazing that is. You see what analytics business is doing for you. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. So the link to make payments, I know you guys are rushing. You guys are going to be fighting for my slots. So the link is already in the chat. It's a first come, first serve basis. The link is already in the chat. Once you want to make payment, go to the chat box. Tolu has already dropped the link. Make sure you make payments to book your slot now. Make sure you make payments to book your slot now. So your slot is 50,000 naira for installment, 120,000 naira for one-time payment. So Abiodun, Isaac, Celestine, okay, Adim, all right, Janet, all of you. Olajumoke, this is your slot. Uche, this is your slot, okay? Make sure you don't miss out on this opportunity. If you've been rethinking, I don't know what you are thinking. I don't know what you are thinking. Thinking. In the next 3 months, okay? In the next 3 months, you still be in the same spot. Why? Because you keep procrastinating. If you don't choose to make a decision, you never make changes. It's just like saying, oh, I want to go to Abuja tomorrow. I'll go to Abuja. One day I'll go to Abuja. Very soon I'll go to Abuja. I would still go to that Abuja. It doesn't change anything. I don't leave my spot where I am. Okay? People just hear me saying, oh, I want to be earning in dollars. I want to earn in dollars. Next year, New Year resolution, I want to earn in dollars. 3 years after, New Year resolution, I want to earn in dollars. Okay? And you're not making changes, you're not moving, you're not taking steps towards it. How do you eventually get to that point? How do you eventually get to that point if you're not making changes, if you're not taking opportunities when you see them? If you're not taking opportunities when you see them, please, guys, ensure you fill out the feedback form. I said feedback, sorry, the attendance form. Ensure you fill the attendance form so you can gain access. You can have access to the recording and all the resources used in this class. Okay. Now, 50,000 naira to book your slot, 120,000 naira one-time payment. The next cohort starts today. All right. The June cohort is starting tomorrow. You have access to the LMS immediately, mentorship immediately. If you're like, oh, I don't want to do tomorrow, maybe I should join the next cohort. Guy, this price that you are seeing in front of your screen, you might not see it again. All of us know that when you go outside to buy something, let's say you are going to buy pure water. For those of us that are in Nigeria, okay, you want to buy the traditional pure water, or some people call it sachet water, okay, you want to buy it. And then 2 years, let me just say 1 year ago. 1 year ago, yes, 1 year ago, water was still what? 20 naira. I wanted to say 20,000. It was still 20 naira. You know, you buy 3 for how much? 100 naira. Right now, water is 15 naira. In some areas, they sell 2 for 100 naira, 3 for 100 naira. But then, like, things are changing by the day. So don't put your future, don't push your decision making forward anymore. Take that step. If I were you, I would look for every means to make payments for my slots right now. Right now. Okay? Right now. All you need to do is to make your initial deposit of 50,000 naira, and then your one-time payment for 120,000 naira. Does anyone have any questions as regards this? Okay, if you need clarity, you can book a clarity call. All right, you can book a clarity call if you need clarity on, you know, the program you want to apply for, all of those things. You can book a clarity call. If you've already made payments with the link in the chat, this is my WhatsApp number. All right, this is my WhatsApp number. I'm checking my WhatsApp at the moment. All you need to do is send me a DM. Send me a DM on WhatsApp, okay? I will confirm your payment immediately. I'll confirm your payment immediately. All you need to do is send me a DM on WhatsApp. I'll confirm your payment immediately, okay? So if you've already made payments, send me a DM. Celestine, Abiodun, Isaac, these are people fully on my screen. Adim, Abua, sorry. Abua, Babatunde, make payments for your slot already, okay? Make payments for your slot. Olajumoke, all right, Uche. So those are the people I'm looking forward to. Peter. I don't forget you, Peter. Okay. Tolulokwe. All right, amazing. Make payment today for your slot. Make payment today for your slot. So if you have issues making payments, this is my WhatsApp number. All right, this is my WhatsApp number. You can send me a DM. Like I said, the slot is only for 5 people. We have just 5 people for this particular meeting. We have 5 people for this particular meeting. What do you get? 8 weeks of accredited training, all right, live instructions every Saturday, weekly mentorship and support, you know, full employability package. What does that mean? Your portfolio is there, your CV is there. What else? Interview prep is there, on the job support. After your graduation, you have on the job support. Now, you want to secure your slot tonight? Send me a message on WhatsApp. Let me drop my WhatsApp number again. Send me a message on WhatsApp. Okay, send your payment. All you need to do is to click on that link. It's very easy. It's very easy. All you need to do is click on the link, and then it takes you directly to the payment platform. Takes you directly to the payment platform. If you're not paying in Naira, okay, we have other options. All right, we have other options for our students in diaspora. So you can, all you need to do is Go to that link and change the currency. Change the currency. Change the currency. Okay. So what do you get when you make payment tonight? Instant access to our mentorship program. Like I said, we have mentorship every week from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Thursdays. And then you have access to your portfolio project, one portfolio project that you can see and replicate. Okay. You also have access to our LMS platform. In that LMS platform, you'd see well detailed, well structured recordings, videos explaining all the concepts you need about your chosen pathway. Okay. So all you need to do is start your journey immediately. Start your journey immediately. We have 5 slots. We have 5 slots. We have 5 slots. Okay, I'm seeing DMs already, guys. I'm seeing DMs already. So if you have issues, if you're trying to make payment, send me a DM. I just got a message from someone. Okay. So I just got a DM from someone. He wants to make payment. I'm trying to follow up. So click the link. All right, click the link. I only have 6 more minutes on this call. After 6 minutes, you might not see this opportunity again. Trust me. Trust me when I say that. Okay. You might not see this opportunity again. Book a slot for the next cohort with 50,000 naira or 120,000 naira instant payment. Instant payment. Okay. So ensure to book a slot tonight. And then if you have issues, clarity, you need clarification on anything, there is a link in the chat. There's a link in the chat for you to book a clarity call if you need clarity. All right, if you need clarity. So that's going to give us another 5 minutes to send a DM. Okay. Okay, so I'm just giving someone support at the moment. Person is trying to make payment. All right. So I'm waiting for you. Yes, you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for Abiodun. I'm waiting for Adim. Okay. I'm waiting for you guys. Peter, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you guys to join the cohort currently running. All right. I'm waiting for you guys to join the cohort currently running. Okay, so we have 3 more minutes. Hey, 3 more minutes. Who is going to take this remaining slots? One slot is gone because person in my DM is making payment already. So one slot is gone. I have just 4 slots left. Okay, 4 slots left, guys. 4 slots left. 4 slots left. Okay. All you need to do to pivot to start your career journey is to show interest first. All right. You have to show interest. You have to show interest. You have to be sure that this is something you want to do. Okay. And then once you've made your decision that yes, I want to pivot, I want to start, having time for my family, I want to start having time for my family. I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay. I want to have time for myself. I want to be more inclusive in the AI world, because in 5 years, a lot of things are going to change. What am I saying? By the end of this year, you see a lot of changes. Okay. By the end of this year, you see a lot of changes. And one of the things that can stand you out is when you are very prepared those changes. Okay, you have to prepare yourself for those changes, and that's why you are joining today's webinar, to prepare yourself for whatever change might pop up. You're trying to prepare yourself for the changes that might come up. Okay, so it's important that you start training yourself towards that. And one of the ways you can do that is to join our class. Okay, so I have just 1 minute left. In that 1 minute, I want to ask a question. All right, so this is just to have an idea of your interest. So you let me know in the chat, okay? What's your preference? Business analysis, project management. Let me know in the chat. If you're not sure, you can just tell me, oh, I'm not sure at the moment. Send it to me in the chat. I want to know how to best guide you through the process, okay? Now, you're not paying for this, of course. And if you are a current student, let me know your preference, okay? Business analysis, project management, HR analysis, data analysis. Uche, Peter, Olajumoke, let me know in the chats. Let me know in the chats, guys. Let me know in the chats. Babatunde, let me know in the chat. Celestine, let me know in the chat. What's your preference? I, for one, am both a business analyst and a project manager. All right. So what's your preference, guys? Let me know in the chat. Waiting for you guys. Okay, so our time is up. Our time is up. So let me go back to the slide that has my phone number. Like I said, you can reach out to me. My phone number, you can reach out to me. Okay. AI for data analysis. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So what's it going to be? Have you registered? Are you on your way to register? Are you running to register right now? Are you on your way to register? Let me know. Okay, that's Uche. All right, that's Uche. Okay. I'm also checking my WhatsApp. All right, to know those of us that have sent DMs. I just got another DM. All right. Okay, so Uche is joining by July. Okay. Okay, amazing, 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 amazing. So Uche, you can send me a DM and send me a DM. All right, that's a good one. Okay, so Uche has decided to join the July cohort, so you can be well prepared. Uche, are you a he or a she? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so send me a DM, all right, so we can follow up with you and then incubate you with the program settings. All right, so send me a DM. This is my WhatsApp number. I would follow up with you so that I can fully be ready for the July cohort. The July cohort is next month, by the way. So if you want to join the July cohort, all right, send me a DM, or you can send a DM to the WhatsApp number here, WhatsApp number in the payment link. You can send a DM there also. So it's just next month, guys. It's just next month. And what you can do is to secure your spots. Secure your spots for next month. All right. You can secure your spots today for next month's training. Okay. So all you need to do is send a DM, click on the payment link, secure your spot with just 50,000 naira. And if you want to, make full payment today, you're like, let me just make full payment. Like, let me just make full payment so that when I'm ready, there won't be any issues. There won't be any issues. You can make full payment. Okay. So people in Uche's category also make full payments today or secure your slots today for the July cohort. Even if you're not ready till August, you can secure your slot for the August cohort. Okay, so that's how it works. All you need to do is let us know the cohort you like to join. All right, you're like, oh, work is busy, life is busy right now. How about I join the August cohort? How about I join the July cohort? All right, so all you need to do is secure your slots. Okay, so I'm going to end today's call here. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I'm very sure you guys had an amazing time. Let me give you guys a hand. For those of us that have been here since the beginning to this particular moment, well done. It shows how interested you are in AI, leveraging AI for your day-to-day as a business analyst and a project manager. So I'll see you in the next one. I still remain this as a business analyst. I'm still Mercy Alabi, all right. So I am a business analyst, senior data associate in Analytics business. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. See you later. Bye, guys.